Good evening and welcome. First, a huge congratulations to each and every one of you for signing up for this May 50K challenge. Whether you're living with MS yourself or walking in support of a loved one, you are the real stars of this show. So the journey you are embarking on is about courage, resilience, and heart, and every single step you take is a step toward hope and change. I want to encourage you to truly enjoy the journey, one day and one step at a time. Trust Susan's expert guidance and coaching. That's where the real magic lies. Now it's my absolute pleasure to hand over to our star of the May 50K initiative, Claudia Dickman, a little powerhouse who never lets anything, not even the monster, stop her. She's an inspiration to all of us. Before I hand over fully, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be in such a champion company tonight. You inspire me deeply. And finally, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Dr. Susanne de Beer, for your incredible generosity, for creating this magic journey for us, MS community, and for believing so strongly in the strength and spirit of every person here. And thank you to Henrine, your friend and patient, who I'm sure is the instigator of this entire operation. So here's to a powerful, joyful, and unforgettable May 50K journey ahead. Welcome. Over to you, Claudia. If you unmute yourself.
There we go. Sorry. Technology and gremlins every time, every time. Non, thank you very much for those very, very kind words. So, as she said, my name is Claudia. Any questions you have about the May 50K? I'm your gal. The May 50K, hopefully you've all signed up, registered on the website. If you need to know how, I can always let you know how. But yeah, at the end of the session, after Susan has spoken, we'll have a question and answer session. Whether you have questions for Susan or questions for me, we'll do our best to answer it. But yeah, I'm sure Susan has a lot of things to talk about, but I have nothing left to say except let's hand it over to Dr.
Thank you, Claudia. I'm not hearing so clearly, so I'm hoping it's not my connection. It looks good from my side. Can you all hear me clearly?
We can hear you clearly.
Claudia? Okay, good. Okay, so can I start sharing my screen? Good. Okay, is it sharing?
Yes, all good.
Good.
Yeah, got it.
So first, thanks. First, I want to thank you for for the opportunity that I can hopefully assist some of you to enjoy this challenge and really see it as something that's not overwhelming. How it was, the idea, how we became a idea was with me, my work with Henrine, who took on the challenge, and we realized that sometimes it can be overwhelming, and it doesn't need to be. But I think the way in which it's presented by the MS societies as well, just do something and try and enjoy it as much as you can. But if you want to set a challenge that's a little bit more physical, I would love to provide you with assistance and help to make it more manageable. So this is the main focus of this program for us, or for me, is just to look at a physical do and kind of help you and assist you so that can be doable. So thanks to Non and Claudia for really being supportive and helping. So Non just said that I just need to put all these people and mention them and thank them for taking part. So it's the MS Society of South Africa. It's also International MS Society, the Federation. And then from my side, I just thought I'll mention BASA. I'm a biokineticist and a health coach. And a biokineticist is basically helping people with exercise to improve quality of life. So a lot of focus with this will be on exercise, but as I am a life coach as well, I believe in holistic approaches. So looking at everything that has to do with health. And that's what we'll quickly have a look at tonight. So I think you all know what the 50K challenge is. I think you're all taking part of it, but it's a virtual challenge and it's a flexible challenge where you can do anything. But it's basically to raise awareness and support for MS, and that's your end. So depending on how you want to set up your personal goal, it will not change anything about the fact that you're raising awareness and that you're supportive of this challenge. So we're going to focus on moving in your own way at your own pace. So I sent you a little ebook. I don't know if all of you are on the WhatsApp group, but you're very welcome to share that book with anybody. So I developed that little ebook just to give you background on MS, then looking at holistic health, 5 pillars that you need to address. And then I tried to give you some help to prepare for the challenge and how you can lock the challenge while you're doing that. And I'm not going to give you too much information because I know then that becomes overwhelming again. But if there's any specific thing you need and want, please just tell me and then I will send it to you. So just quickly looking at the booklet that you've received, I gave you some background on MS. All of you are very aware of what MS is, how it impacts your life, the symptoms that you experience. But I want to look at the pillars of health, which everybody needs to look at, not only people with MS. But if you look at all of these are the things that can help you with a challenge like this to be more effective and to be get better results and to go through the challenge without it becoming too much. So exercise is one of the pillars. It's a pillar that's very important, and it's the pillar that a lot of you have chosen to do for this challenge. But then what you're going to eat while you're doing the challenge can also affect on how good your results will be. Will you have energy? Will you stay healthy generally in life? Not only with this challenge, if you can start looking at these 5 pillars to help improve your quality of life. So a very important one worth mentioning is rest, because we very seldom don't even think of rest as one of these pillars. But resting, having enough sleep, but also resting enough when you have times of exercise is very important for your body to recover and for you to be able to continue to function at a level that you need to. So rest, very important to include as a focus area. Or managing stress with MS often make the problem worse. It can cause a flare-up. It can make for you to do everyday action stress, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, is to tell you not to have too much of a stressful goal that you're going to set yourself, because then you're actually working against yourself and you don't want to do that. You want to build a challenge that will not put too much stress on you and where you can succeed. And then the final pillar for me, very important always, is mindset. So if you have a positive mindset, if you think about this positively, if you begin this with a mindset that you will succeed, that it's going to be fun. And that's why I like Non and Claudia also mentioning it should be fun, because this is what you want to do this, and you want it as a goal that will mean something to you. And a positive mindset is the final pillar then of health. And like I've mentioned, you can carry that over to your families. It's not only if you've got MS or if you've got another chronic disease. Everybody needs to look at those 5 pillars. And Henrine, the person that inspired me to do this challenge, she will know we talk about this a lot, because I also have to look at those 5 pillars and try to manage that to improve my quality of life. So that's quick background on the lifestyle factors. And those are the factors that I will be sending you information on, linking it to MS and what's important to look at with MS throughout the following 5 weeks. I think it's about 5 weeks. Good. So you have to juggle those 5 balls, try and look at all of them, keeping them all in the air if you can. And having said that, if that again feels a bit overwhelming, just by looking at one of them, you can already make a difference. So it's not important to do all 5, but just starting with one that you can address will already help. So if we can then continue to how will you prepare for a challenge like this, it's time, you need to time for reflection. Any challenge or any goal that you're going to set in life, you need to reflect on why you want to do it. When you understand why you want to do it, it's very it's much easier to stick with the hard times. So if it becomes difficult, remind yourself, why did I want to do this? Then with MS, it's also important to look at what support do you have. if we want to control and manage the stress, it's important to have like a backup plan for if there can be hurdles that you cannot overcome on your own, that you will have support. And then also just in advance know what can be possible hurdles so that you can prepare and plan for that. Because often if you only just set a goal and you don't think it through, it's very easy to halfway through the challenge decide, okay, this is just too big for me. And then you feel like you haven't accomplished what you set out to do. Whereas if you realize, okay, there could be setbacks, this is what I'll do when that happens, it will help you to at least still feel like you've done the challenge and that you were successful. So the following can then be used to guide you through your thoughts. So just think about the things that I'm going to talk about now, if you haven't already. It's just little things that when we were preparing for the challenge, me and Henrine, that we had to take into consideration. So the first thing is to personalize your challenge. So choose a goal that works for you. I just want to goal for you. And in talking with non-inclusive, it seems like people do understand that, and that some of you might not even have a challenge that is a exercise challenge, and that's fine. Everything can work, and set a challenge for yourself that you know you'll be able to do. But if we look at exercise, if you look at the 50K challenge, it doesn't need to do at once. You could decide, I'm going to do a 50K over 30 days. You can decide, I want to do 50 activities, 5 activities. I would kind of just link it up with 5 something, so it kind of brings you back to the 50K idea. But it doesn't matter. You must just yourself decide, this is going to be something that I'm going to do. Just think creatively, and that's one thing I would also don't mind helping you with. So if you've set a challenge and you think, okay, how can I maybe personalize it? What can I maybe change? You're very welcome to send me a WhatsApp or to phone me, and we can talk about it. But if it's, for instance, better for you to swim, if it's difficult to swim, you can walk in the pool. You can do pool lengths, walking, swimming, 50 lengths. In a pool, you can swim. You can decide on counting your steps. If you cannot walk, you can decide on swinging your arms. That counts as steps, and have 50,000 steps that you log over the course of the 30 days. So that's all ways in which you can personalize your thing that is doable for you without putting too much stress on you. Then I've talked about having a backup support plan. Now life happens, and that's okay. And have flare-ups, you can have fatigue. There can be circumstances beyond your control that prevent you from reaching your goal. And it's good to know that and to prepare for that. So have backup options. And I want to stress it's for real needs. It's not for when I don't feel like it. It's when you really cannot do it. So one of the ways in which you can challenge, Henrine and I asked her if I can use her as an example. We decided to set quite a challenge for her. I told her it would be like doing the comrades for somebody else. For her, this is a big challenge, and we're going to go for it. But it's to walk 50 kilometers. But it might be possible that it's not doable. So we thought, okay, maybe we'll change that to 50,000 steps, which is less than 50K, but it's still a challenge for her. And we don't think we're going to do that one. We also have the second option, which is nominating a buddy if you cannot continue. And I know that Henrine mentioned some of her friends had, I think they were in the Cape, and they've mentioned that they have buddies that if they cannot walk because it's raining in the Cape, that buddy will walk the distance in Gauteng or wherever they are. But that is different creative ways in which you can still manage working towards your goal, but it doesn't need to only depend on you. And that's something you can just consider. If it's something you want to do yourself, then that's the goal you set. There's no right and wrong. This is for you, will mean something to you. Feel. And just very important in all of this, and I know I say it quite frequently, is protect your mental health. Don't put too much stress on yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Then the next thing is to look at the challenge versus support mindset, and it can maybe sound a little bit strange to say that, but with a challenge like this, you can either decide to push yourself gently if you feel strong, like Henrine, we're pushing, that's a huge goal for her, or you can decide, I'm not going to do that. My body at this stage, moment, is just not going to be able to handle that, but I want to show support. So I'm not going to challenge myself, but I'm going to show support for the challenge. And then you choose an easier goal. that is easier for you to do. And I'm not sure if I've got another slide on that, but maybe just to say it can be throughout the month of May. Doesn't need to be every day, doesn't need to be a long-term thing. You can maybe just do on one Saturday something to show your support. And that can be your challenge for this 50K in May challenge. Both of these are valid and both are strong. And you decide which one you do, and then you feel proud of yourself for setting that goal. And then you try to accomplish what you set yourself to do. And just to walk with your body and work with your body and not against it. So listen to your body and adapt and really support your body who is carrying you throughout this challenge. Bringing it back to those lifestyle factors that I said, look at all those things. Make sure that you nourish your body well, that you make time to rest, that you make sure there's not enough, not too much stress, and that you're positive about this, and that you stay motivated. So if we go back to the ebook I've sent you, you will see that the background was there, and then I had a little reflecting and goal setting part, and maybe just go through that and look at that. When we set a goal, we look at SMART guidelines. So we're going to quickly go through this. I just want to see, no, I didn't put in another slide. When you reflect, it's just important to really think about why you're doing it and really think about things that might hinder you and plan, pre-plan. So don't just leave it to chance, especially if you're setting yourself a challenging goal, not a soft goal. So just to go through, if you set your goal, it's SMART guidelines is good to use. I've got a little block in the bottom of your page as well to say a SMART goal. So a SMART goal is a specific goal. You can see it just spells out SMART on the left there. So it's specific. You need to decide specifically what you want to do. Don't leave it to chance. Just decide, this is my goal. This is what I want to do during the month of May, and be specific. It needs to be measurable. So you need to know how you're going to determine if you've accomplished your goal. And that's nice with a challenge like this because it is quite measurable. Everything that you're going to do, is it attainable? So is it something that you can do? Don't decide on a goal that you know it's going to be impossible for you to reach. Make sure that it's attainable before you start with the goal. Make sure it's relevant. Does it mean something to you? Is it relevant to you? Is it something you can do? Don't follow somebody else's dream, follow your own dream. And then it needs to be timely, can be done before it. Yours got actually a cutoff. It needs to be done before the end of May, but it can be over a weekend. It can be just on one day frame, but make sure that you can complete it before the May. So that is your SMART goal. And that is what you need to set before you start the challenge. So that's why we had this meeting before the challenge, so that you can just have a look at all of this so that you're ready if you decide to have a monthly goal to start the 1st of May. Then what to look forward to, I'm hoping that you're looking forward to this, is just weekly themes and resources that I will provide with WhatsApp. And you're once again welcome to share it with your friends. If you've got different groups of people doing the challenge together, you're very welcome to share this with them. So week 1, we'll be focusing on movement. And then I'll just give you a small little information sheet on movement and MS. Week 2 will be nutrition, and I will once again give you information on nutrition and MS. And the same for the rest of the weeks, which will be rest and stress, we're grouping together. Mindset and motivation is the final week, when you really, if it's a 30-day challenge, you'll need it to stay motivated. And then week 5 is actually after May. That's when we have the celebration, to celebrate that you've accomplished your goal. So that is the themes that we'll be looking at within the WhatsApp group. And then you will get, like I've mentioned, it will be in the group. We cannot open it for support. I know Claudia wanted us to keep it open so that you can support each other, and you all saw what happened, so sorry about that. But you can have little groups that you can then share the information with, that you can support each other. And from my side, it would be wonderful if you can share feedback with me, and then I will, depending on the feedback I get, I will share it with the group. So I can maybe make a collage at the end of each week of what you've done. Have you completed your goal? What's maybe helping you to complete anything that you think we can share in the group? I'm willing to do that and then share from my side. So you can at least have some feedback. And then the Zoom sessions, if it works and we decide to continue, we'll have weekly Zoom sessions, which will, I think, be at 6 o'clock going forward, because today's a holiday. It's not going to stay a holiday. And then just have a discussion on the topic and open the floor for questions. That's just if any of you have questions on any of those topics, can send it to me on WhatsApp, the questions, and then I'll answer it in the group, or we can open the floor on the evenings, and then you can ask questions after that. And then I'll just send some reflection prompts, not a lot, but maybe on a Sunday every week, or Friday, just to say, look at the week, how did it go, and plan for the week ahead. So that's what we're looking at, going ahead or forward with the program. And then once again, going back to the ebook I've sent you, you'll see that I've given you some pages for tracking. So how you can log your individual. Within Rin, she knows we've done it a few times already in different ways, and I think we finally got one that will work for us. But that was just basic guidelines, a daily planner, a weekly, monthly space where you can log off, where you can plan. You can make use of any of those, but you can also personalize it. You can make it the way that you feel it will work best for you. And maybe from my experience, it's good to not only have your goal there, but if you know, okay, I need to do some work on my lifestyle to be able to cope with this, then add that as a goal. So have like a daily, I need to drink water, I need to relax in the evenings before going to bed, I need to eat more fiber. You can add little things within that you have to tick off daily, if that works for you. People's very individual, and if I work with you personally, we'll decide what works for you. But you can also, if there's anything that I've missed that you would like me to add, please just also let me know. So that's logging the movement. That is the following pages of that ebook. And then I want to encourage you to celebrate small wins during that time. So you can even in that make a note and say, every week I'm going to celebrate it if I stay with my goal. And then if you want to share, like I've mentioned in the group here, you're very welcome to send it to me, and then I will post it. Yes, I would like us to be supportive and encouraging to each other, and stay positive every step of the way. And in any way, if I can assist or help, please just feel free. You can phone, I think a WhatsApp is the best, to my personal number. So just add my number, send a personal WhatsApp. I will read that. I definitely will read and respond. Good, and I think that's from my side. I'm hoping I didn't go too fast. I hope it was a good connection, that you could hear what I was saying. But I want to open the floor for questions. You can share your goal if you like. Let's just, if any of you want to share or talk about anything, I think that's time for that now.
It would be lovely if you
opened.
Unmute yourselves, and then you can have a nice chat with Susan.
I just want to say,
get out of this.
Susan, thank you so much for all the effort you're putting into this. Yeah, if you need any, I know you got your day job and you're very busy. I'm always available. If you have to do something, if you catch up on something, if you need things posted, please just get in touch with me. I will make things happen.
Thanks.
Okay. While Susan was talking, we had a question from Chris. So on the official May50K website, there's, like Susan has pages here where you track your progress, as does that website have a counter to track your steps and your kilometers. It's called the May50K because it only logs your kilometers for the month of May. So from the 1st to the 31st, it'll count your kilometers. If you've done any kilometers now and logged them, they're going to disappear on the 1st of May. So just take it as this month is training and preparation, and the real business starts in May. That's the only question that was there.
Claudia, I would just to confirm on that. So the kilometers that are showing on my site at the moment, so that will disappear come the 1st of May. Do I understand it correct?
Yes, you do. Exactly.
And then I would also like to ask a question, please. The T-shirts that we are allowed to print ourselves. Does it have to be a red T-shirt with white printing?
Officially, the color for the MS May50K is red.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. So that's why I'm asking. I
So if you're
assume
doing
that
the
is the
May50K,
official.
yes, it must be red.
Okay.
And we need to stick to the guidelines of using their branding. It's very important.
Yeah.
Yes. No. That's why I just wanted to confirm that. I've got no issue with that.
Cool.
And
cool,
then
cool.
I can't remember, who do we ask again for the artwork?
That would be me.
Oh,
I have the artwork.
I see Chris's
And
hand
I'll
is
actually
up.
put it on the group.
Yeah.
No, mine
Okay, so
is in
if you need
relation
to-
with what is being discussed at the moment is the artwork aspect of it. So Claudia says we can get it from her.
Yes, I will post the artwork with the branding standards because they're quite particular. The reason we don't have t-shirts, none is explained ad nauseum, but yeah, long story short, South Africa doesn't have a postal system that works, or we don't have a postal system. So they have one in Europe, they have one in Canada, they have one in Australia, so they can distribute the t-shirts easily. The easiest and cheapest thing for us to do is to provide you with the artwork. That's if you want the t-shirts. Don't tell them that I'm providing you with the artwork because
okay.
they told me not to, but you guys are the coolest, so I'm gonna.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you see, for you guys, I'll take it for the team.
And the practical thing is we just do not have the capacity in South Africa to have a lot of stock or buy the stock and all sizes. And then people only use certain sizes and then we sit with the stock and it's a waste of money for us and money that we don't have anyway. So we'd rather go this way for now until we grow big and strong.
Yeah. What I've noticed through the organizing of this and talking to countries across the pond, they have teams of people in the organizations putting this event together, where we have 1 or 2 or 3 volunteers. They have teams of people, and the government supports them as well. So we don't have that capacity. So we are African solutions for African problems, and we're doing the best we can.
What do you guys think of Susanne's program?
Personally, it makes sense to me because you're going to have definitely your bad days and your good days. So that just helps you to visualize it better, how to reach your goal.
Keeps you on track a bit, hey?
Yep, I think it's, I wrote a message in the chat there as well. I think the concept that Susanne and Henrina brought to the table is amazing. And it helps a lot with structuring the whole month. For myself, for example, I'm a bit of a procrastinator, but I'll tell you that tomorrow. So if you are able to visualize it like in some of those, the May 2025 with the days and everything, I think it's going to help a lot to keep a person motivated and to track your own progress as you go through the month. So I think it's a very good concept that has been brought to us, and thank you very much for that, Susanne.
Great. I see that your wife might be joining in because she is a big fan of biokinetics. That's great.
Yeah, I know she's a big voorstander of biokinetics. She was helped a lot with her feet in Potchefstroom back in the day by the students there. So,
okay.
But it's not just the movement. Everything that Susanne presented, the nutrition and wellness and all of that, I think is very important. So the physical part of it, but also the mental and the nutritional parts and so on are important, I think.
Yes. I see Shelley's hand is up. Hi, Shelley.
Hi guys, sorry I ran out of signal for a bit there, so I got to hear most of it, a lot of it. I'm busy doing another challenge at the moment, and I wanted to know if I could maybe if I could maybe combine the two. So it's also about a 5 or 6 week period, and we basically got to walk 5,000 steps at minimum a day, and then it's going to increase. Would that be enough, or do you I just want to be able to say, do I have to say it's only steps, or can I do, and because I also go to gym every day, so but do I have to choose one thing and stick with that?
Okay, I'm going to answer. I'm going to say you can do, the activities can be varied. So you can go to gym, you can row on the rowing machine, you can walk, you can swim there. It all counts.
And how do I prove that to you? I've got my watch, so how do we monitor it?
I'm not going to be a prefect and say, I don't believe you. If you say you've walked 5,000 steps, you've walked 5,000 steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Shelley, if you have any other questions, I have no issue with you combining, because for the one challenge doing 5,000 steps a day, which is quite a lot, I don't see why I can't combine it. Make it like a dual thing. Why not?
Well, yes, that's what I was hoping you're doing. When you said just now, I'm not 100% sure how many steps is how many kilometers, but I'm nearly sure 6,000 steps is 5 kilometers, because that's when I do park run. It's normally averages 6,000 steps.
Yeah, I suppose people's steps are different lengths, so you're gonna have to guesstimate. But yeah, I'm not going to be a policeman, so.
If I can jump in here, I'm not hearing. I'm hearing every third word, but I'm sorry about that. But yes, I think it depends on your stride length, how towards the kilometers. So it may be just a good idea to get a kind of idea for you. But I think this is just where you need to be creative. Claudia and them are so open. Decide for yourself what would be a challenge that you would enjoy. So if it could be 50,000 steps, that would be nice. But if it can't, then maybe have 5 times a week 1,000 steps, and then do 50 something in the minutes of gym. But I think anything where you just kind of set a goal, so you know this is what you're going to do. Doesn't really matter if it's a specific 50, but set a goal and stick to that. Then I think you can say yes, you've done it.
I just want to say I'm not a very great technical guru or something like that, but I know I've got a Garmin watch, and my watch have adjusted to my step stride. So we've actually compared. Some of my friends will have more steps on a park run. We've done exactly the same distance, because I'm tall and I give big strides. So what I'm trying to say is your watch adjusts to your step, to your strides. That's the way I understand these funny smart watches.
See, I didn't understand at all. So yeah, that is very clever.
I think from my side, if I can jump in,
they still need to teach these watches how to make coffee, though. So they're not all there.
Cups of tea, yeah. Sorry, Shell, what do you say?
I can maybe just jump in here, because can I quickly say something?
Claudia, who's speaking? Oh, Henry. Sorry.
If I can just quickly say it's Susanne speaking, I think.
Oh, Susanne, sorry.
With me and Henry, we walk together with my watch and her watch, and it's amazing how it differs. It's just totally different.
Yeah.
And with her, what we found, because she walks with walking sticks, it seems like it's totally wrong when she walks with that. And I think it depends on, maybe just do a kilometer walk and see how many steps for you on your watch it will be. And then see if it's constantly like that, because watches are great, but they're not always perfect. So it is difficult, I think sometimes to know exactly the kilometers. So maybe change Maybe change to steps and keep it steps and don't try to change it into kilometers. But if you want to, then just maybe walk a kilometer 3 times, see if you can find out. And
I
then
think do what works for you. Like say, so I swim. So to do a length pool, I don't know, 25, say it's 50 meters. Some people do 50 strokes. Some people do 20 strokes. So I would, whatever works for you, you can do either say, you can count your strokes or you can count the meters. Whatever works for you.
Christelle's hand is up. Christelle,
Oh, sorry,
unmute yourself.
I think set a goal that will give you. I think set a goal that will give you the least amount of frustration in not being able to reach the goal. So I would rather choose one that I know I can count on than one that I'm wondering if I've done what I set out to do.
Exactly.
If that can be helpful.
Well put. Sorry, mine was a roundabout way of saying that.
Maybe for some people this will help. I downloaded an app called, I'll tell you now what it's called. It's called Runkeeper. Okay. And you can select your activity and it will measure that activity. The reason why I'm mentioning this, because as you know, I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't measure steps. So I can measure wheelchair. As soon as I start, it measures what I do in the wheelchair. So, and you can select from there running, walking, cycling, wheelchair, trail running, mountain biking, hiking, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, snowboarding, skating, swimming, rowing, Nordic walking, running with family, plogging, whatever that may be.
Is it a free app?
Yes.
Wow.
It's called Runkeeper. I'll send you a screenshot, Claude.
Please do. Yeah, it sounds amazing.
And I've put what you've just said in the chat, so it can be recorded there.
Yeah.
Runkeeper.
It's even got paddle boarding, tennis, pickleball, golf, other.
It's extremely tiring what you've just read.
Exactly. That's why maybe you should go for blogging.
And I also just want to say, you know, this whole exercise of May 50K is like an honesty box. Yeah. It's an honesty box, like when you go to Switzerland and you want to buy something, you put the money in the box, nobody checks, and you take the stuff and you go. Correct. So it's the same concept here. You only fool yourself if you say you walk 50 and you walk 20. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, it's okay. It's fun, you know. Sometimes I'll say, well, I was so drunk today, I only managed half of it, but I'm not going to tell anybody.
Exactly.
Oh,
Does anybody have any other questions? Nothing? Because this meeting's gone for just over an hour, so.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. There's somebody asked if it will be available afterwards, and I said yes, it will be made available. There's a recording.
And someone had their hand up. There we go, Candice. Candice, you have to unmute.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Candice.
I just wanted to say thank you to Claudia and Susanne and everyone who's involved. I think speaking from an experience of having MS for over 4.5 years, it's so nice to have a community that is involved. You look at all these groups overseas and you see these wonderful social media posts and support groups that you can join. And it feels good to know that you're not alone. So I just wanted to say thank you. It might not be on topic, but I just want to say thank you so much for your initiative and organizing everything. It's nice to know there's someone else there that's feeling what I'm feeling. So thank you.
Thank you, Candice. Thank you. That's very nice. And I think Non has put a lot of work into making this community happen. So thank you, Non, for bringing us together. And
you're welcome. Thank you.
For Dr. Susanne de Beer for giving up her time, for doing something no one else in the world is doing. That's amazing. We are leading the way. When I spoke about this at the other meeting, they were like, that's incredible. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you from our side. Thank you very much. And thank you to every one of you present here tonight. It was really great to see the faces. I can't wait to see the results. I'm going to believe all of you.
Yeah.
Susan, thank you so much. You've been a great starter, almost like a leavening a bread. You're a great starter, and I'm sure everybody's going to have great results following your lead. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Susan. Thank
Okay.
you, Iman.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
everyone.
the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just from my side, say thank you for the opportunity. I know it takes time for you to come to these meetings and to listen to what we have to say. And I really hope that there will be something that
Oh, we lost her.
I lost you for a moment, yeah.
I need to try to figure out how to get the meeting notes.
It will be downloaded to your PC once you're done.
I hope so.
I'm going to stop the recording for now.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay.